We are back. Another episode, LDP's podcast. Today I'm here with
Alex
and Lexi.
Once again, they're back.
You asked.
Part two. They fucking asked. So part two, here we go. Okay, so today's topic, okay, I have our questions ready.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about like men showing emotion. We're gonna talk about a couple different things. We're gonna talk about your favorite.
I literally was talking about that last time.
We'll talk about some different things. Okay, so first question. Why do you think it is seen as unacceptable for men to show emotion?
I don't know. I feel like guys are usually like embarrassed, and like I feel like, especially with like their friends, like I feel like the pressure guys have like their guy friends. They're always like, oh, like don't tell her, bro. Like, oh, like whatever. Like they're always just like that. And like even when guys are like nice to their girlfriends, they're like, you're a simp, bro. Like all stuff like that. And like I feel like it's not really like the guys themselves. Like I feel like guys do have emotion. They just don't show it. And like I feel like it's just the people around them are like peer pressured, kind of like they feel like they like can't show emotion. Yeah, I think it's their friends, honestly.
No, I think the reason why is because like there is like stereotypes, like they like
Yeah.
dating like way back. It's just like the girl is supposed to be more emotional, the guy's like supposed to not show emotions, or it's seen as like being weak. But I think that it's gotten a lot better where people realize that you have to show emotion or like the relationship's not gonna work.
Yeah. And like if you're like on like I was saying too, like your guy friends have a lot to do with it. Like if a guy is like crying like to his girlfriend, you think his friends aren't gonna make fun of him? Like obviously, like they're gonna. It's just how it is. Like guys are just like that. And like I mean, I wish it wasn't like that, but that's just literally how it is.
Yeah. I feel like men are also scared to show emotion because, you know, I don't see my dad cry, you know, my grandpa cry. Like most people don't ever see their dads crying or anything like that. So you don't like, you just don't like it's just not a masculine thing to do.
Exactly.
And also like, yeah, like a lot of girls will say like, I want my partner to show emotion. Like I feel like that's crucial. But at the same time, like I think there's levels to it. You know, I feel like staying masculine is also important because you're a guy. You know, it's like a lot of guys are turned off by girls who like to fight all the time, not verbally, physically.
Yeah, no.
It's a big turnoff to a lot of guys just because they feel like that's a very masculine thing to do. They're like, I don't want my girlfriend to be able to beat my ass. You know, like that's like embarrassing because like I've seen that multiple times. You know, I actually saw this at a fair one time. This couple got into an argument and the girlfriend was like she was a big girl and the boyfriend was a smaller dude, kind of skinny, like. She grabbed him. She like grabbed him by his shirt and kind of like picked him up when they were in an argument. I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, I could only imagine like how he felt. Like that was probably shitty. So I don't know. I feel like it's also just common for guys to not want to show emotion because they're not really taught to, and like we don't really, as dudes, we don't really have like a healthy way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like we really don't.
Yeah, no,
like,
I get that.
Like we kind of just like bottle it up, or we'll talk to like our friends about it because like that. There's a level of like I personally would never cry to a girl. Like that's just not something that I feel the need to do. If a girl cries to me, it's more acceptable because a girl is feminine. Like it's okay to cry for a girl, but you know,
that's I hate though because like I literally have had relationships like I've told you last time like where the guy has cried to me, and honestly, like in my opinion, like that shows to me that like you trust me enough to cry in front of me and that like you do care because like we're talking about, guys don't cry. And like if you're showing a girl that like you're upset and like you're able to cry in front of her, like that kind of does mean something in a way. And for me, it's not like weird if a guy comes and cries to me. Like if it's a lot, like yeah, but like not like every day. But I mean, if you cry to me and like you're upset about something, that shows me that like you care and like you trust me enough to cry in front of me.
Yeah, I think that a lot of it like revolves around stereotypes, like how you said about like if a girl's like fighting, like a guy can like be intimidated by that. Alex and I like see that in the gym like every day. We go to the gym and we'll like lift, and you know if I'm pushing weight and then the guy's just like giving me a look, it's not because I'm doing anything wrong. It's just like the chick is lifting, like it's seen as like intimidating.
Like,
yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's another funny thing too. There's a lot of girls that go to the gym, like that's another thing. A lot of guys are actually intimidated to go to the gym. Because there's girls in there that push more weight than they will because they're more experienced. But I don't know, like that's why you.
No, it's catch us in the gym.
No,
Vox Morganville, get your free pass.
big power lifters over here.
Promo. Yeah. My dad owns a gym.
Really? What do you guys squat?
I don't squat.
No.
No.
What do you bench?
don't really bench either.
What the hell? She said she's putting up this big weight. She doesn't squat.
We were using the leg press.
I do deadlift. No, but like I come from a family of like old school bodybuilders and stuff.
Oh, so you do just like hypertrophy style training?
Yeah,
you don't
just
really
like
do
traditional lifts, you know.
But we were doing the leg press, and like people were like, there's like another one next to us, and like the guy was like putting his weights on. He was like,
taking a little peek. I'm like, catch me at that PR. Like,
okay, what do you believe in toxic masculinity?
Yes, but just how a lot of the things that you ask, I do think that there is like a flip side to it. I think that there's like toxic femininity too. I think that people can be like equally wrong. It's not just like for the men too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is my problem with the narrative against toxic masculinity. I haven't really looked too much into like feminism because that's not really like the basis of my channel. Mm-hmm. But the problem that I feel with toxic masculinity is it's a lot of hyper masculine girls that have had a lack of success with their own personal lives or relationships that are taking out their hatred on guys when they haven't really even done anything to them. And listen, you want to be a hyper masculine woman, whatever, I don't care. Like, you could do you, but when you're sleeping next to your husband and the robber breaks in the house, are you going to handle it? I don't think so. 99% of the time, you want your husband to handle it. Like, you want him to be strong enough and mature enough and masculine enough to handle that situation. Most of the time, it's not going to be the girl that goes downstairs to fight the dude. Like it's just generally not going to happen.
I think that no matter who you are, whether you're a guy, whether you're a girl, everyone wants a person around them that makes them feel safe. Whether it's like you physically fight someone off or like emotionally, like you just feel safe with them.
Yeah.
So I do agree with what you're saying to an extent. But then on the flip side, I like as a woman, I think it's so empowering. Like, when I go to the range and I know how to handle a gun and I know, God forbid, something happens, I think I would be fine on my own without a guy helping me.
That's fire.
I think that like
literally at the gun.
We literally went this weekend. I think that like
that's sick.
Doing things that like break those stereotypes can like feel really empowering.
Especially nowadays too, like everything is changing. Like the way we see things, I feel like women are like getting like a lot more credit for things, and like we're like kind of breaking that whole stereotype in a way. But like I do agree with you 100% that like everyone wants someone to feel safe with.
It's just guys don't look for physical safety in a girl. The way girls look for physical safety in a guy, because biologically men are built stronger. You know, if you just look at basic like push-up tests, like squat strength tests, like basic like muscular tests, guys always tend to score higher just because we have more testosterone. We're able to output more physical capacity and strength. Not to say girls are weak, but I'm just saying genetically speaking, we're going to be naturally born stronger. That's why we went to war, and you know, that's just kind of like how that goes. But at the same time, like, I think what a guy looks for most in a girl is like security, not so much safety. And I feel like the difference is the security is like they just want to feel like when they're with that girl, they could be safe with that person, and they feel like they trust that person enough to not cheat, to be loyal. You know, loyalty, like I feel like those are the main traits that a guy's going to look for in a girl outside of, you know, physical beauty and, you know, things of that nature. But
100%.
I agree. And then like if a girl does those things that you mentioned, they're considered to be like a badass chick. But like if a guy does those things, it's like normal. You'd never like be like, wow, that guy's like so badass. Like he does like what everyone else does.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, it's like most of the time when you see in the news so and so tried to stop a school. I don't want to say it because I might put it on, but you know what I'm talking about. 99% of the time, it's a male. Yeah. Because like that's just kind of how it's inferred. You know, the guy should go protect for the girls and maybe even potentially the other guys that were maybe a little bit too scared to do it themselves. So I don't know, but with going back like physical fitness, I just want to cover that really quick. I don't care if you're a guy, girl. That is the most basic thing that you could implement into your life to make yourself a higher value human being in general. Like if you don't have, you know, there's so many people that I hear, because I like to work out a lot. I'm big into fitness. I'm like, let's go to the gym.
Yeah.
I have a little setup at home. Like you could come here, you could work out. No, I don't want to. Why? I'm lazy. Like, I just think like, do you know the amount of people that would die to literally have the energy? Like people dying of cancers, no limbs. Like how can you not take advantage of the position that you're in and make yourself as healthy as you possibly can?
Yeah. No, I know. Like, literally, one of the guys I actually used to talk to, he, like, wasn't the best looking, and then, like, not best looking, but he was, like, very overweight, and, like, he obviously, like, just didn't like how he felt. and he actually completely changed like how he looked like in the matter of like a couple months, and like he really took the time to like better himself, and like now he literally like looks so amazing, like so good. And like he actually posts literally every day like gym selfies, and like everyone gives him like shit for it, but like honestly, like if I were him too, like
You'd probably do the same thing.
I'd probably be doing the same thing. I'd post my abs every day if I had them. Like why not? Like honestly, no. Like he's proud of himself, and like everyone should be. And if like that's something you're interested in, like, and you want to better yourself and you do that, like go right ahead. And like there's nothing wrong with that either. I hate how people always like literally post like, why do you post so much gym shit? Like why do you always have to post that? Like because I can. Like I want to. Like I feel good. I'm proud of myself. Like I'm gonna do it. If you don't like it, don't look.
And I think that even if you don't have like the physical transformation to like show off like physical changes, like going to the gym can like mentally like transform you too. You know, like there's literal studies that show like going to the gym like releases like chemicals in your brain, like it makes you feel better, helps you be less depressed. So I think that if you're going through like struggles, just like having like a passion of like physical activity, like that can change you too.
Yeah. And like you have to create like the best way to implement like a more self-disciplined life is to create different things that give you reward that is not this, because this gives you false reward. You know, you could go on TikTok, you'll go on Instagram, or you'll get tagged in a post that'll get a lot of likes, and you'll get a false release and surge of dopamine, and that will make you feel good. But what does that really do for you? Nothing. You know, you'll get the same feeling, if not a more accomplished feeling. You go to the gym, and by the way, the best feeling, you start going to the gym when you feel your body physically increasing weight and being able to handle more weight. You feel yourself physically changing. Then you see yourself changing because you're becoming more muscular. Your body's changing in all these different like good ways. That's what you want to do. You want to start implementing physical fitness into your life, because that can really change you. You know, now I really don't rely on it so much physically. I rely on it for the mental aspect too, because it just makes me feel good. Like whether I work out early, late, midday, like I feel like I always have to get it in a certain amount of days a week just to make sure that I'm keeping myself in check.
It becomes part of your lifestyle.
Yeah, it keeps me orderly, because if I don't do it, I feel off. You know, I feel off with my day. I don't feel as productive.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't like the whole goal of your podcast to try to like better men, teach them like ways to like better themselves?
Pretty much, yeah. But everyone could take it.
Yeah, obviously. But I think that your audience is geared more towards men, but like, you know, trying to like help them get through scenarios and give them advice. And I think that like, as you said, like implementing like other things, even if it's not like physical fitness, if it's just like finding a hobby or finding like other ways to better yourself besides like up here is really important.
Yeah, 100%. And that, by the way, that's going to be in my program, like the top 10 things that you should be doing every single day that'll change your life. I'm not going to give them on here, but you're going to do these 10 things every day for a month, and you're going to notice how much more rewarded you feel by the end of your days. So yeah, look forward to that. Sorry, shameless plug, but I had to give it.
No, yeah, you should.
It's coming soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. Do you guys think, separate question, do you guys think it's smart to take advice? If you're I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. If you're a girl that's in a relationship, do you think it's smart to take advice from your other single friends?
Yes and no. I will give my perspective on this, because normally Alex is the one in the relationship, and I'm the single girl on the side.
Literally.
I don't know. I think that sometimes, like from an outsider's perspective, it's really hard to understand. Like Alex is not. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus at all.
You're good.
Like Alex has like been through relationships or like flings or something where like she's having some issues, and like I've met the guy, I've been there, like I know all about it. And not that you get like blinded by love, but like you know the guy a little bit more than I do. From an outsider's perspective, it's so easy for me to say just like cut him off, like it's done, like you're upset, like get over it. But then like on the flip side, like I do get like why she would get like really attached, and it's like hard to just like cut someone off completely like that, you know?
I don't really listen to what other people like think or really say. Like what people have to say something to me, or when I ask them, or like when I go for people for help, like I'm asking for just like an opinion, because like chances are I'm probably asking like a lot of people, but like usually like my single friends, like I do take into consideration like what they have to say, because like I mean they have been in relationships before, or like they're seeing something that I don't, you know what I mean? Because like they're the ones single, not in a relationship, so I'm in this relationship, and if they're seeing something that I'm not seeing because I'm blindsided by this relationship, usually I'm going to take that into account as well, because obviously they'd be saying that and I wouldn't.
I think it's a fine line though, because if you see something that's like wrong, or you want to give like your opinion or your input, do it to help your friend, but you don't want to be the friend that's constantly like shitting on everyone's relationships, especially if you're single, because it like looks really bad. It just looks like you're jealous, like
100%.
You don't want to like every single thing just like pick it apart. That makes it very uncomfortable. So it's like the fine line between like, I'll give you my opinion, and then if you want to take it, cool. If like not, it's your own opinion. It's your own decision.
Yeah, I'm like, I think, like you said, there's a fine line, and you need to know who you're talking to.
Exactly.
Well, how many successful relationships did they have? Why am I going to them for advice? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's certain things that you also have to take into account before you take advice from a random that doesn't have any kind of knowledge or education in that field with anything, but especially with relationships, because that's something that's powerful that affects you going into your future. But I don't know. I feel like if you're a girl and you're taking advice from other girlfriends that have had poor relationships that have failed, toxic relationships that have failed, or a girl that kind of has like, like a little bit of a city girl's mindset, like summer girl mindset.
City girl.
You want to stay away.
Yeah.
Stay away, because listen, you're going to get tempted when you're taking their advice, and if you are cuffed, you're going to go out with those girls, and there is going to be temptations, because there is going to be a group of guys. Oh, sorry, I have a boyfriend. Sorry, you're going to be the only cuffed one in the group, and then it's going to get to a point where it's like, do I like him enough to where I shouldn't get with that guy? Do I, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. And like, I have had literally so many problems with this, actually. Like, girls can be very jealous. And you like literally what you said, you have to be careful with like who you're asking for. Like, obviously, like what I said before, like I do ask people, like I do ask my friends, my single friends, like whatever it is. Like, if you're my friend, I'm gonna ask you for help. It's just how it is. But like, I mean, like people, and like exactly what you said before, like the past relationships they've had. But like, always keep in mind, like literally just take their opinion into consideration, like what they have to say. But like, don't completely like trust that person in a way, because I've had girls that have literally never been in a relationship before and tell me like, oh, like he sucks, like he's not good, like it's fine, like let's just like go out tonight. And like, it's like, I know what you're doing, like it's whatever, but like just take what they have to say and then run with it, and like kind of you figure out what you want to do.
Make up your mind yourself. Not to change the subject, but like what you're saying, like hanging out with friends and stuff, this goes for, in my opinion, like relationships and friendships. You're just a product of your surroundings, If you put yourself in a relationship with a really insecure person or like insecure friends, like that's gonna rub off on you, If you put yourself around someone who's like really confident, like maybe you'll pick up on that too, those traits. So I think that goes for both the person that you're trying to have a relationship with, but also like your friends on the side,
Also on the flip side, for the guys, you need to be careful taking advice from your simp-ass friends when you're dealing with a situation of a girl distancing herself, because he might tell you, oh, dude, you got to text her again. You gotta tell her that you love her. Like no. Like, if you're dealing with a girl that's distancing herself, well, then you need to do the same thing, because she obviously doesn't value you that much. Why is she distancing herself? You shouldn't have to pry it out of her. Babe, why are you doing it? Why? No, if something's really wrong and she really feels like something's wrong and she trusts you enough, she would just tell you. So you don't need to take your advice from your simp guy friends that don't know what they're talking about, and they could potentially cause a catastrophe in your own relationship that possibly could have been salvaged. So don't take advice from them. Also, don't take advice from people who just look for quick things and you're dealing with a relationship issue, because they're also not going to give you the best advice. They'll, there's a level of, you want to fight for your relationship, but you don't want to go to fucking war. There's a fine line, and you need to find somebody who has had successful relationships that could call it down the middle, knows how things go, knows what the right thing to say, what the wrong thing to say is, and that's just usually how it should go. That's my take on that. You guys agree?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
We're going to go through a bunch of followers and fans questions, and I only call them that because that's for the sake of the video. I love all you guys. You're all my family. I love the support. It means so fucking much. You have no idea. This is literally my goal. This is like my dream. So if I could keep scaling this up and you guys could keep helping me, that's the fucking goal. But question 1, you want to start reading?
Yeah, just read them.
I'm gonna leave all the names anonymous, just because I want to respect everyone that's asking the questions, because I don't know if they want these to be public. But question 1, how come girls say they are interested in you, and then when you guys are actually going through the motions, they say they aren't interested anymore?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like for me, I like have gone through something like this. It could be like a lot of different things, like a lot of different factors that play into it. You know, like I do feel like girls sometimes, like when they get out of things, like or relationships, you know, they're like the first to like not really run to guys, but like kind of just like get a feel and like be out there and like try to talk to different guys, like as you should. But sometimes, you know, like you're still not really over someone, or like you're still like need that time to yourself, and you get involved with these people, or like, you know, like you think that you like them, and then maybe there's even something that like he did that maybe she's just not like interested in him in that way, and like a red flag, or maybe she's heard something. I don't know, honestly. It could be a lot of different things.
I think it could be a mix of what you're saying. Like maybe you're just, you know, not ready for it. You're intimidated. Yeah. But like, you know how so many people say like, I kind of want to stay just friends, like after they get to know someone. Yeah. I think that there's a difference between like knowing someone as a friend and then knowing someone. Sometimes like you find out stuff that like really surprises you. Yeah. That you just don't know about people because it's more personal stuff, you know? I think it's kind of a nice thing on one hand because, you know, maybe someone's like has the balls to tell you, just, you know, listen, like now that I know more about you, like I don't think that I'd be able to be like 100% like committed into this like the way that you need.
Yeah. Right. And then sometimes like I know a lot of the times with girls, they don't do this because they intend on doing this, but they'll kind of like string the guy along and never fully say, I'm not interested in you, because they don't want to lose the person as a friend.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
So they'll kind of string the person along to a point and like maybe drop like little subtle hints that they're not interested, but never really fully let them know. So they'll have a dude caught up on them for a long period of time without even knowing like this girl is just not interested in me like that. So that could happen a lot, and that's probably why when you start to actually show and move forth like I want something serious, she doesn't want it. She wants to be flaky because she might be feeling somebody else.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I agree with Alex. Like on one hand, it is like it's fucked up if like you know that someone's into you and you're just like intentionally leading them on.
Yeah,
but then on the other hand, you know how some people are like girls are so oblivious. Sometimes you just really don't know. Like you just really think that someone's like your really close friend, and like you don't know what they're telling their friends behind closed doors, like what they consider.
Yeah,
to be. And it gets really uncomfortable because if you just consider someone as like a close friend and just someone that you talk to a lot, and then you find out through someone else like that they consider it to be something else, it's like, ugh.
I literally had a guy friend and I never knew he liked me until he showed up with a huge $350 flower bear.
You have to put a picture of this thing in or no one's gonna understand.
And I literally called him Bessie, and like I did post it, like the bear, like I did want it, but like I think he just like was taking our friendship in like a different way, and I did not know that he liked me, and he literally came to my house with a $350 flower bear.
Was that a turn on, turn off?
It was a turn off, honestly, because like I was very appreciative of it. Like it wasn't like I was like, oh, like ew, like it was very nice of him to do that, but like, you know, like there was like some background with him. I mean, he like was just on and off with his girlfriend who like I actually used to like, and like I don't know, it wasn't really like, and he knew like I'm like not really like I'm kind of talking to someone, and he like kind of knew that, and I was like, dude, like what? And like we would like literally hang out all the time, and that just like took me by surprise. And I was like, so like when I came to you with things, and like I've asked him about things, like I've asked him for like help with like guy advice too, and he like kind of steered me the wrong way. And I just thought he was like being a good friend and like trying to help me, but like I guess like it was for his own intentions. So
I think she's leaving out the part where this bear is so big that he could not get it in his car, and he purchased this $350 bear and made her drive a half hour away to pick it up because it would not fit in his car. That's how big.
It was so nice.
He drove a half hour away to buy this giant. No, it was really sweet, and like you could buy your friends gifts. You could buy like give your friend things.
It just doesn't have to be a $350 flower. I was like, we
saw this thing. I don't even know where she's gonna put it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
that's when you're like, oh my god.
So this just happened.
This literally happened this week.
Oh my Lord. Okay. Eli wants to know, I just got broken up with and I'm really feeling it. Any advice to help me?
Going back to what we said, I think going to the gym, you know, it's time for yourself. You could take out your anger.
Correct.
Don't put it towards girls. Like if you are upset and if you are hurting over a girl and you know that no one else is gonna be her, or, like make you feel a certain way, like don't like go after like random girls, and like don't start like, because guys tend to do that too, because I have actually had a scenario when a guy has, like broke up with someone and then he was like, like trying to like show interest in me and like, like I was getting interested in him, but obviously he wasn't over his ex. So like I literally was telling my friend about this the other day. I feel like you got to detox. Like you have to do things for yourself, put the time into yourself, and like you can't love anyone else before you love yourself. And like if that person and you are not together anymore and you know that you still have feelings for him and you're going through it, like you got to just focus on you. Like don't hit girls up. Like, I mean, you could like do whatever. I'm not telling you what to do, but like focus on you. Like that's going to make you feel the most like confident in yourself and like way better, honestly.
If you're going through shit, do not search for comfort in other people.
Yes.
You have to work on yourself first.
100%. If you're not happy with yourself, you can't be happy with anybody else.
It's cheesy, but it's true.
Chris says, my ex cheated on me with her old boyfriend. What do I do, bro?
Mm-hmm.
I hate that for him. I really hate that for him.
Chris, it's okay, bro. This will happen to a lot, and I'm sure there's many Chris's out there. So for all the Chris's out there that have had this happen to you, first off, I want to say I'm sorry. Like, that girl does not deserve you at all. At all. She did not deserve your kindness, but you're going to learn from this, and you're going to smarten up, and you're going to know when to see the red flags and say, okay, you're done. Because you could end, do not be afraid to end a relationship based upon red flags. Mm-hmm. I will tell you that right now. Do not be afraid to end a relationship based upon red flags, because when you let things slide, let them slide. They're going to think, okay, I could walk on this kid because I'm just going to apologize every time I do something wrong to him and he's going to accept me. And then one day she's going to test it and she's going to see how far she could go. Like, for example, getting with her ex-boyfriend, and now it's done. You whatever you do, Chris, do not ever accept this girl back into your life. She has no respect for you at all. She has no respect for you.
I feel like, in my opinion, I don't know if you guys agree, if you cheat on someone with your ex, that is a little more personal than if it were to be like a random person. Like, to me, I would take that like 10 times worse, because I feel like an ex is someone that you've been with, like have had feelings with, like on an emotional level, like rather than like a random person you just met and it was just like, we talked about this last time actually, but like if you cheat on someone with your ex, like I feel like that's 10 times worse than if it were someone like random. I mean, cheating sucks. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm saying that it's not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying like for me personally, like if someone were to cheat on me with their ex, I would take that to heart way worse than if it were someone random.
That's really personal, because we don't know the girl in this scenario. I don't mean to throw her under the bus, but I highly doubt that she's with Chris and just like randomly gets a phone call, or she makes a phone call and it's like, hey, like
she was cheating up.
Do something. She's probably been talking to him the whole time, and no offense to Chris, but like, how did you not know? How did you not notice?
Yeah.
Unless the girl's really secretive,
it could be
and
tough.
Sneaky, but
J Money wants to know, hey dude, I saw one of your videos on my For You page on TikTok. I find your content super interesting. I only have one question to ask you regarding as providing for her. For example, if I go eat with her and we pay for each other's things, until when should I be able to be the one taking the bill at the time? So from the jump, he has her paying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, honestly, that was a risky move, but it seems like the girl must be pretty interested in you, because I know a lot of girls that would see you go out on a first date and you don't pay for at least the first date. As a girl, you're going to say red flag, turn off. I don't like that, because I just had a girl come before and tell me, this kid wouldn't even buy me my boba tea, and I ditched his ass because that was just
my
not very
ex-boyfriend
classy.
we used to go to Starbucks, and like we would go like obviously like food places or whatever, and I would like pay for it on like the Starbucks app like a lot, and then like when we would go places, I would like Venmo him for gas, and he would like legit take it. And like that's not like to say like, oh, like he should be paying for everything. Like that's why, like, you know, like I do some, like you do some, like it's split in the middle. But like my mom started to notice, she was like, why are you Venmoing this kid like every single day? And I was like, yeah, because if you looked at it, it was so many Venmos. And I was like, that's a red flag. And like I didn't catch that till like later on. And like I don't know. Like,
hold on, I'm sorry, I got a little sidetracked. Were you paying for yourself?
She was like Venmoing him for things that he was like doing.
I would pay like if we like sometimes he would get it, but most of the time I would be the one getting it. Like if we went to Starbucks,
so you would cover for him.
Yeah, like I would scan my app and his drink and my drink, and then like we would drive somewhere and I pay for his gas. And like over time, like I wasn't seeing it, but like if you look at the Venmo transactions, like I was paying a lot, and like that's like I mean like I did really like him, but like still like I don't know, like I feel like it should be split like in the middle, and like usually like it is known that the guy should pay more, but like. it kind of depends. And the fact that she's like, they've been going out a lot and she's been paying for herself, like that shows that she does like him.
Yeah.
I agree with this guy. I don't think that the guy should pay for everything. I think that in relationships and friendships, whoever makes the plans, you are in charge of the plans.
Yeah.
If I call up Alex and I'm like, hey, let's go to this place a half hour away, I think it's kind of assumed that I'm going to be the one driving. Yeah. I made the plans. If the guy wants to take the girl out, it's his plans. Like, it's like if you say like, hey, I want to take you out for coffee, it's kind of like assumed that like you're going to offer. Would I take it? No. I would be like, no, like thanks for the offer, but like no. But I'm assuming that like she's probably making plans too, which is why she's paying. But
okay. Logan writes, yo, your videos inspired me to tell the girl I like that I like her. She didn't say really anything back. The only thing she said was for real with the period. I would like to know what to do next.
For real, she said?
FR. Dot. I don't know what to do next. Okay, if you were a girl and a dude and a dude wrote to you that you maybe weren't so interested in, you might respond with a for real, correct?
No, or maybe you were just really shocked. Like maybe you just had no idea that the guy was into you and you're just like, for real? Like,
it could be, but I mean, honestly, if she was interested, I don't think she'd be saying for real.
Okay, if you were interested, would you respond with for real?
No.
Would you respond with for real?
I probably wouldn't have written it that way, but I would have been like, are you like serious? Because I feel like that's also like a joke. It could be a joke too, and I never want to be
point blank period. If she liked him back, she wouldn't have said for real. I feel like you just don't say for real.
Yeah. And another thing, I don't want you guys to just like see my videos and get like this short bout of motivation to be like, oh, like I'm going to tell that girl that I've been like close friends with for whatever that I really like I'm going to confess my love for her. No.
Can we talk about that?
No. Yeah. I don't want you to see one of my videos and be like, I'm going to write this girl and tell her that I've had feelings for her for this long. No, that is not the situation that I want you to be doing. The videos are, if you're stuck as a guy best friend, you start focusing on yourself. You stop being so available to her. She will notice, even as friends, you distancing yourself. And then she'll be more inclined to want to talk to you, to want to get at you. Put yourself in a position to win. And then you'll know if a girl's really interested in you. You know. You could tell by body language. There's a level of even like body movements. Like I notice most of the time, like, and this is a stupid thing to say, but any girl that I've like talked to and then hung out with like afterwards at a party, like I would be making eye contact, talking to, like laughing with, whatever. And if she was like nervous, she would always kind of like not knowing what to do with her hands, or like constantly be like rocking like on her feet. So like I could tell she was like a little bit nervous, but she was like very close to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's certain little cues that you could pick up on. I'm like, okay, I have a feeling she's interested. I'll pursue it. But don't just ask out these girls that you've been close friends with for a long time just because a video motivated you. Like if you know that she really sees you as a friend because you buried yourself in the friend zone, the right way to get out of it is not to just do some bold, crazy ass shit. Like, and that's not.
Don't just confess your love.
And no this goes for the other way around too. I literally had this happen the other day. Like, even if a guy, like you're a girl and like it's your guy best friend, like if he's showing you he's interested, then like say it. But I mean, you could say it if you want, but like, I don't know. I feel like you could tell when a guy likes you, and like if you confess your feelings for your guy best friend, that could really ruin your friendship. And it can make it really awkward. So, yeah.
Not to be that asshole and think that everyone's into me, but I've been in a situation where I'm like, you pick up on the cues and you're just like as a joke, you can play it off as a joke. Just be like, are you into me? Like as a joke. And then just see how they react. And if they start sweating, that's when you know.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Hey, bro, I follow you on TikTok and YouTube, and I watch your vids, and it genuinely seems like you know what you're talking about. I need your opinion on a girl I've been dating for about a year now. So me and her started off pretty good, and she seemed like all I ever looked for in a girl. But now that we're almost a year into it, she's like a totally different person. In my eyes, a relationship should fly pretty 50-50. It used to be like that, but now it's like I'm putting in all the time to make things work, while it's almost like she doesn't care. My friends are telling me to leave her and see what she'll do, but I'm afraid that if I do it, that she wouldn't care and that she wouldn't come back. I'm going to answer this one first.
You have to answer that one.
You said that you're scared that if you do leave, she would not care and that you think she probably won't even come back. You know what I'm going to tell you. If that's not a healthy relationship, are you going to marry this girl? No. So you dated for a year and you learned from it. End it. It's over. It is what it is. You dated for a year. You truly don't feel as though she's interested in you anymore. She's been being dry. She went from good night, babe, love you with a kiss face to GN. It's done. It's over. She's obviously either losing feelings because she's catching feelings for somebody else, or she's just losing it for you, and maybe she just wants to focus on herself or whatever else she wants to do. So let it be. That's how you have to take life. Just let things come and go. She's never yours. It's just your turn. It is what it is. You take it off the chin. It is what it is.
I don't think walking away is the solution to all the problems. I agree with you. I think that you do know your answer. You're just probably in denial.
Exactly.
But I think that you shouldn't just like walk away and like cut off all contact. I think that that's when you have to be the bigger person. Just be like, hey, this is how I feel. Like, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Because this is the vibe that I'm getting. And then.
But you don't want to look insecure. I wouldn't even do that.
I don't think it's insecure. I think that it's more like caring. I think that you're being the bigger person, just being like, you're showing me
even
all
the way
signs.
You say it. Like, you could just be like, honestly, like, I don't know what's going on with you, but you're acting really weird, and like if you're not into it, like that's fine.
Yes,
like, just let me know.
There's a way to word things. You could hit her and say, hey, like you said, I noticed lately you've been acting weird. If you don't want to be together anymore, that's totally fine.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. Like you. There has to be a level of you being nonchalant and not putting emotion into the conversation, because I can tell you, emotions will blind and affect what you should actually be saying, because what you should actually be saying will put you in the position to win, and then possibly take it longer, end it, whatever the right decision may be. So my take on his specific situation, it sounds like you pretty confidently know that she's probably not going to come back. So you could end it. Don't be petty. Don't be like, oh, I ended the relationship, not her, because it's not about that. Realistically, who cares who ends the relationship?
Literally,
it ends.
It doesn't matter.
If it ends, it ends. No one cares who said I'm breaking up with you. Or that's all pettiness. That's all. Let's leave that in middle school. Let's leave it there. It's not. Let's be mature.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that part of being mature too is how you said it. There's a certain way to say it, and then I would kind of flip it on them and just be like, "You're acting weird. Is everything like okay with you?" Like, what are you going through that's like making you act like this? But I feel like
that's even bringing emotion into it. Like,
I think that it's fine to have some type of emotion. I don't think it makes you look insecure. I think that it makes the other person look stupid. Just be like, are you okay? Like, why are you acting like this? Like, you look a little like.
And also, if you get rid of the emotion, it kind of like if they're feeling that way, like if a guy came to me and was like, and I wasn't feeling it anymore, because people get bored. Like, it happens. Like, if he was like, yo, like, are you just, like, not into it anymore? I'd be like, honestly, yeah. Like, if you were being chill about it, like, I'd tell you. But, like, if you were, like, writing me a whole fucking essay telling me that, like, you saw this and I did this, like, I'd be like, oh, my God. Like, I'll just answer it later and figure it out.
And that's why I see how you're saying, like, a lot of the times a girl gets bored. And then most of the time when the girl gets bored, the relationship tends to end. So
even guys, too, though.
Guys get bored.
Or guys. A guy could get bored, the relationship ends. A girl could get bored, the relationship ends. Whatever may happen. That's why, as much as I hate to say, relationships are a game, whether you're married, dating, relationships are always a game that you have to learn how to win and how to play the game. Because it's not a matter of, yes, you're being mature, but there's a mature way to handle every situation. And playing the game is not a level of immaturity, but keeping your partner kind of emotionally like on their toes is always a smart thing, because you want to keep things fresh. You want to keep things fun, exciting.
Exactly.
Like, that's what I mean by keep them emotionally on their toes. Like, don't be so, oh my God, lovey-dovey, baby, I love you. Because when you're constantly saying that stuff, doing that stuff, it plays out. And that's where the boredom comes from. You need to show that there's a level of care, but there's a level of, if you leave, I will be A-okay. Like, I will be A-okay.
Yeah,
like, your partner needs to know that, because if your partner doesn't respect you, they can never love you. They go hand in hand.
Also, like, if a guy is telling me he loves me every day, like, good, great, love it. Or, like, if he tells me I'm pretty every day, cool. But, like, it doesn't make it special. Like, if I look really good one day, like, and you tell me I'm pretty, like, that means something. But, like, if you're telling me every day, like, oh, my God, you're so gorgeous, I love you, like, you're like, okay, thank you, like, love
it's
it.
It's cringy,
like,
actually.
Yeah, but, like, it's just not as special as if you were to say it, like, every once in a while, like, swipe up on something, be like, you look cute in this. Like, that means more to me than you telling me every day of my life, wake up in the morning, hi, baby, love you, like, you're perfect. Like, no. Like, no, it's not, no.
I can tell you from my perspective, if there was a girl that was saying, you're so fucking hot, you're this, that, and the third, whatever it may be, to me, that would kind of just be like, Okay, if a girl slides up on my story with "you're so this, that, and the third," I'm assuming it's not going to be a very attractive girl. I'm assuming it's not going to be a very attractive girl because an attractive girl doesn't need to do that because she has the options. I'm assuming she gonna be beat.
It's like, why are you so obsessed with me?
You know what I'm saying? She's probably beat. I gotta be honest. She's probably beat. So as a dude, right? And I know, okay, this girl is showing clear high interest. I can have this girl whenever I want. You don't want your girl to be thinking that about you, especially as a guy. Especially when you're supposed to be masculine, strong, dominant. You're not supposed to be a weak bitch, cuck.
Well, it's funny you say that because going back to the Yik Yak thing that we were talking about last time, that app Yik Yak.
Oh my God.
This is not about a single person at all. Do not think that this is about you. But there were like multiple posts calling out people, and it would be like, upvote if like so-and-so has hit you up. Upvote if like so-and-so has like sent you this. And it's like, you don't want that reputation because it makes you look, word gets around. If like all the girls are talking and it's like, did you all get hit up by the same guy like on multiple occasions? Like, it's embarrassing.
All right, ready? I got another question. Trap Boy says, hey man, I need some advice. I was with this girl. She fell out of feelings for me because she's having family problems, but we really do love each other. We talk and call, but I want to be with her. I mean, I do get what she's going through, and I support her all the way. We got into an argument, and I said some stuff I didn't mean to say. I care about her more than anything. She doesn't want to talk to me anymore. I don't know what to do. Do I just wait for her to stop being mad, or do I just move on? I really don't want it to hurt, but it hurts me a lot. She's the only person I've felt real love with, and we've spent hundreds of hours together. Do you think she'll come back? I just need to know what to do with a sad face emoji.
Don't worry about her coming back. You gotta focus on yourself first. I think that there's two different ways this is going. Number one, the family thing. I have had that be a lie before. It's like an excuse. It's like I got not even family, just I got personal shit going on. Like that's why this isn't gonna work. On the flip side, having been through personal stuff, like I do understand it to like an extent. Like last year I had like a death in the family, and it just like took such a toll on me mentally that I was like barely okay on my own, that I'm like, I could not even like imagine like having to worry about someone else's well-being too. Yeah. So if you know this, like that the issues are legit, like she's not making this up, then like I do understand, and I think like, you know, let her have her time, leave her alone. If it's meant to be, you'll find yourself together in the end. But if you think that it's cap, then I think that that's your answer right there.
No, if honestly, like if you're going through something, like especially because you guys got in a fight, like she's not really thinking straight right now. Like she's really upset about a lot of things, and like, you know, like we were talking about before, like girls find comfort in males and males find comfort in like girls and like whatever, your partner. And, you know, in certain times like that, like no one really wants to talk about their relationship. Like they want someone to be there for them, not really fight with them and like tell them all things like that. You know, maybe she's just like going through stuff and like she needs you to just be there for her, and like fighting like isn't making it any better. And I don't know, maybe she just needs time.
This is about you. I had a girl break up with me, okay, because her grandfather died. Okay, listen. But after doing some digging and talking to some mutual close friends, she had only met the grandfather twice, and he lived in a different country. And that was her excuse for breaking up with me. How is that? I'm sorry. If you really care about your partner, how can you allow? It was not an immediate family member at all. It wasn't an uncle. It wasn't an aunt that they were seeing a lot. It was it was a great grandparent. It was a great grandparent that lived in another country. And I got broken up with because she needed to focus on herself and she was too depressed to handle a relationship. But she wasn't too depressed for the next dude a week later.
It was a week later?
A week. I on everything, I can't make this shit up. A week later.
That changed it for me, because even if the person like wasn't someone that she was close with, going back to how I said you're a product of your surroundings. If the parents are upset and you're living in a house with your parents and they're really upset, whether you knew the guy or not, you're gonna be upset too. It's a bad environment to be around. Mm-hmm.
But to lose a partner if you really cared about them, and
to go back to someone else, that was the key factor of the story for me. That's when I knew.
Someone else. Fuck yeah.
That's bullshit. If you think that's about
honestly,
you, it is.
I feel like I would like want my partner, honestly, if I'm going through something like that, Like, I'd just be like, help, I'm sad.
I'm the opposite. If I got shit going on, I can't worry about anyone else. I gotta focus on myself.
All right, ready? I know you probably won't see this, but my issue with dates and things, I don't know how to have a conversation. It's hard. On FaceTime, I just stare. Not because I'm a creep or something. I just don't know what to say. And she wants me to be more of a friend. But my last relationship, I got used to the word clinginess. She barely texts me. 9 times out of 10, she's on the phone with her friend. And in public, she doesn't answer very much. I'm very depressed over her. I'm on the game 15 hours a day, and the only time I don't think about her is when I'm sleeping. I'm trying to go on another date with her over the weekend, and I really want to be fully committed to this girl. I ain't no bitch. I gotta be a G, but I can't tell if she likes me. So basically what he was saying is he's living a low-value, shitty life, and she probably doesn't respect him, and that's why she's talking to another dude, which is this friend, but he still has such a high interest level because he's not doing anything with his life, so he's seeking something that he thinks is missing, and he probably thinks that a relationship is what's missing. That's not what's missing. The problem is that you're on the game 15 hours a day. What the hell is wrong? Bro, how do you even have 15 hours in a day to play video games?
What's this person's name? What was their name?
I feel like you
AJ.
AJ, I am so genuinely confused by your story. I'm finding it very difficult to follow. Please condense it, simplify it, send it again, and then I can give my honest feedback. Because
I think
there was so many parts that I'm like,
no.
I don't. Which part do you want advice on?
Yeah.
He's emotional.
What I gathered,
sending prayers.
What I gathered from AJ is that he is going through something. He needs to focus on himself. He needs to love himself before he loves anyone else, and he needs to figure out his shit before he starts worrying about anyone else.
That's AJ.
Oh, he's perfect. Oh my God, he's perfect. AJ, I love you.
AJ, yeah.
AJ,
oh my God, I love you.
Stay strong, my man. Worry about yourself.
Oh my God, he's perfect.
The girl will always be there. But for real, if you do want actual opinion, please reword the story. I'm very confused.
AJ, you got drip, bro. Come on. Fuck
AJ,
her. You don't need her.
Can AJ be the mascot of LDP podcast?
Oh God, AJ,
no.
You ever slide?
AJ, hit me up instead.
Oh.
I'm so kidding.
Nah, she said she kidding, but I don't know.